The meeting with our school.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for coming to Durham Public Library's first Veterans Day program, a very special event.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Freedom's call is demanding. It comes too often and asks much. At times, it demands all. One way we consider that call and the sacrifice of those who have answered is through the setting of the Missing Man table. This table, while often used to remember our POWs and MIAs, also pays homage to all who did not return. We remember our fallen this way today. The table is round to show our everlasting concern. The cloth is white, symbolizing the purity of their motives while answering the call. The single red rose represents the blood that was shed and the lives lost in that service. It also represents the family and friends who keep the faith. A yellow ribbon for the yellow ribbons worn by those who remember and never forget. A slice of lemon on the plate reminds us of the bitterness of our loss. A portion of salt, a reminder of the tears shed. A lighted candle reflects our ongoing hope. An inverted glass. We can no longer share a toast. The chair is empty. Our companions are no longer present.
When I found that very moving video, that seems kind of lame to call it a video, but it is a video. I was very touched by it, and I just thought it said a lot, just where it was. So we have our Missing Man table in the back, which we set up so that you can also see it. And there's also a book written about this Missing Man table, and I'm going to space out on the name of it, but I think it might be, I don't know, American Table or something like that. So it was this book written about it for children, and it's very moving. It's a great book. I don't think our library currently has it, but they can always get it. They're very good at getting books at your request. So The next thing we're going to do is we're just going to sit here and listen for a minute. Commander of Post 67, the American Legion Auxiliary. Also with us is Claudia Batcher, who is the past department president. And she's going to come forward, and with her is going to be Oyster River High School senior Michael Donovan, who is also a Boy Scout, but just was awarded his Eagle Scout November 6th, I think, at the Durham Congregational Church. Quite an accomplishment if you all know about the challenge and the road that it takes to become an Eagle Scout.
I'm Mark Batcher from the American Legion Post 67 in Newmarket. And tonight I'd like to take the time to honor Mike Donovan for doing Boy State. I'd also like to give you some brief history on Boy State. American Legion's Boy State is among the most respected and selective educational programs of the government's instruction for U.S. high school students. Boy State programs currently exist in all Legion departments in the United States except Hawaii. As separate corporations, Boy State programs will vary in content and methods of procedures, but each adheres to the same basic concept, teaching government from the township to the state level. This is a certificate of appreciation presented to Michael Donovan for contributing participation in the citizenship training program, Boy State, sponsored annually by the American Legion. And Robert G. Durham Post, number 67, Mark Batcher, Commander, and Paul Ursai is the Children Youth Officer. And also to give you a bubble stick your family can put on your car. The sage is something you put on yourself. Thank you very much.
It really was a great experience. I really learned a lot from it. Going to it, I met a lot of old friends of mine, and also met a lot of new friends that I'll have for the rest of my life. It really taught me a lot about local and state government that I really didn't know about before, and also taught a lot about leadership, which I'll be able to use the rest of my life. It was a really great program. I can't wait to recommend it to other kids in high school. Thank you.
So now we'd like to ask Glenda Joyce to come forward. She is the past department president, 2002 to 2003. She's also the Unit 67 Girl State chairman. And she's going to have Caroline Wilson, who is also a senior at Oyster River High School. I happen to know Carolyn is a great big rower as well, and I'm sure that there's a list of her accomplishments, but this she can add to the list of her accomplishments. Okay.
First of all, I'd like to thank you for my invitation tonight. It's certainly an honor to be here. Girls State was started back in 1937, and it's a citizenship program. Also, they learned their duties of being a citizen. They learn about the two-party system, which in Girls State is called the NAS and the Feds. Each has their platforms. They learn about their city, their town, their county, and state government, and they perform different outlets to learn. They take part in it. Carolyn, I don't have anything to present to you tonight because you were wonderful and attended our Girls State Boys State Night program, and she did a wonderful presentation, and I'd like to let her talk about her experience.
I had a really great experience at Girls State. As Ms. Joyce mentioned, we had a week where we were put in a group of girls from all around New Hampshire, and everybody told us at the beginning of the week, these girls are going to be your lifelong friends, and you're going to learn so much from what you're learning here at Girls State and so much from these girls around you. And we all kind of looked at them crazy on that Monday, like, are we really gonna make all these connections throughout this whole week? And by the Friday, we all come together and had learned so much about ourselves, so much about each other, and so much about the government ourselves. We had some amazing speakers come and speak to us. We had the honor of Maggie Hassan, who is the governor then and now our senator, come speak to us. We had state representatives, state senators, and just watching them speak and watching their passion for government and their passion for helping New Hampshire become a better place was something that's really inspired me, and I know has inspired all the girls that attended Girls State, and it's something that I'll definitely take with me my whole entire life. Thank you.
Books right there too, and his books are for sale. We thought it was a nice way to include him in our program in case you want to purchase a book. And speaking of books, also on the back table on the left are books that the Friends of the Library collect every month. The last week of every month they collect donations, and they select those And I was really impressed with how many books we had about the war and America. So they're all there. It's on your honor, $2 for hardcover, $1 for paperback, and all of the proceeds go right back to the friends who then help us to sponsor so many things. Children's programming, they help sponsor programs for me with adult programs. They are the backbone of the library. So those are their books. But, so Skip is here, and he is going to share with you about his book called Skip's Legacy, which we also have in our collection at the library, which actually has been being borrowed often. It is not even in for me to have brought it up here to show on display. So people are enjoying it, and he has copies with him as well. So he's going to speak, and I'd like to invite you up. Thank you. Sure. We'll just adjust that mic and make sure we can hear you.
Good evening. Good evening. I'm Skip Byron. I'm the guy that wrote the books you're talking about. I turned 86 in September. People ask me, why did you wait so long to write a book? Maybe, just perhaps, I was busy doing a lot of other things which I thought was more important. And in case you haven't noticed, my story is not over. A question I'm frequently asked is, why did I write this book in the first place? All of my kids, grandchildren, I have 17 great-grandchildren, thought I was a pretty good storyteller. Grampy, why don't you write a book? Well, I finally did. And I wanted to share my life lessons, things I learned, places I've been, things I've done, where I was when certain historic events took place, like December 7, 1941, when the towers came down, when JFK was shot. I tell you in the book where I was and how I reacted to all of those things. People who know me say that I write the way I speak. I don't know if that's an asset or a liability, frankly, but that's out for jury right now. We'll see how it comes in. Another lesson I learned, I attended an author's fair in Rochester, New Hampshire back in April with this book, and somebody from the audience asked me after my presentation, what did you learn? Did you learn anything when you wrote the book? Yeah, I certainly did. What did I learn? You cannot plan your life. Your life plans you. Okay? And Yogi Berra, I think, said it best. He said, when you get to the fork in the road, take it. Right? Well, if you're patient and persistent and you learn how to ride over the bumps in the road, you'll end up successful, I'm sure. And finally, I would like to read you something from the book that will give you a better idea of who I am and where I'm from. It comes in early, so it won't take long. It's kind of like a song or a poem, I don't know what you call it. It's called I Am From. I am from. I am from removing my hat when in a restaurant or in the presence of ladies, opening doors, helping little old ladies across the street, getting married first, and then having the children, taking all the food I wanted, and then eating all I took, or else, eating everything on my plate, or I got no dessert, licking the beaters when Mom was baking. I am from getting into the house in the evening when the street lights came on, drinking water from a garden hose, not a plastic bottle. I am from sharing a bottle of Moxie with 4 friends. No one died. Being told, if you get killed, don't come home to me. Calling policemen and authority, and others in authority, sir. Calling rabbits, animals, not tiny, foreign sports cars. Thinking fast food meant for Lent. Didn't come from McDonald's. Making out meant how I did on an exam in school. Mowing the grass, not smoking it. Singing music with meaningful lyrics and a nice melody. I am from eating beans and hot dogs every Saturday night, shooting hoops at a basket mounted on a telephone pole on the street, playing kick the can or hide and seek in the street after supper, being taught by school teachers, all of whom were unmarried women, reciting the Pledge of Allegiance and prayer each day at school. I am from trying to keep God in our schools and in our government, standing at attention, hand on my heart, when the American flag goes by. Well, that's the end of my presentation. Does anybody have any questions?
And so next we have where's my program? I think I should remember. Peter Tews?
You are correct.
Peter Tews. And you have to know that this whole Veterans Day program, it just kind of escalated, all right? It started with Sam Hurley and the trumpet and Skip's legacy. And then I thought, well, I think we can do a whole Veterans Day program. And then Caroline being the recipient of Girl States and Michael being the recipient of Boy State. And then I thought one day while I was working, well, what about the Peace Greeters? That's a here and now thing that we can do to support our troops. And so I contacted, I didn't actually contact Peter, I contacted someone else and they said, lady, you are way to be asking us to do this. And I said, well, I know I am, but it's just, everything's coming together. And so she put me in touch with him. So I'm delighted that he's here and that he can speak about the Peace Greeters.
Thank you very much. My name is Peter Tews. I am the co-chairman of the Peace Greeters. Has anybody here been to a Peace Greet? Very well. We'd like you all to come, and I'll explain about the Peace Greeters. Peace Greeters, this started in May of 2005 when an unannounced troop plane came in with 135 Army soldiers going to Iraq. The airport manager, the maintenance manager got together with their employees and brought coffee and donuts because no American hero should have to leave our country without a proper send-off. So that was the first flight. He got on the phone, the airport manager to the Department of Defense, and asked, are we getting any more flights? And they said, yes, you would. So we got together with the Seacoast Marine League, and they developed a program that we do, a ceremony. Approximately 25 minutes when the troops are there, when we come in and greet them, partway through that time. Today, we've done 1,078 flights. We had our 1,000th flight back in June. Last year, we set a record for flights. We did 120. This year, we're at 178. Yes, it's amazing. Flights are all the time of day, any time of day. Doesn't make any difference what the weather is. We always have greeters out there. There's a good core of a group of about 25 greeters that'll come out. We have World War II vets. We have Korean War vets. We have Vietnam vets, Desert Storm, Iraqi Freedom, and Afghanistan vets that come to greet the troops. When they come in, a lot of people ask me, what do I say? What do I do? The easiest way to go up to a troop and say, where are you from? What do you do? How is it? Have you been deployed before, or is this your first? And that'll start a conversation, and believe me, you'll get some experiences out of these people that you've never heard before, or will touch you very much. We work on donations. We buy the food for them to eat every flight that comes in. Give them sandwiches, pizza, breakfast sandwiches, depending on the time of day and when it's coming through. We have very generous corporate sponsors who provide us with water and soda and candy and stuff. When they do leave, they get candies, they get stars, cut from the American flag, and I meant to bring one, but I always have my own. And I'll tell you about that. the star like this. We take them from the canton. Permission we have to take them from the canton of the flag. We cut them out, we put them in this envelope. On the back of the envelope, on the back, is the prose. I am an American flag. I am part of an American flag. I should know it by heart. Every time I do this, I hold it up and I don't have my glasses on these tables. I can't see it if I hold it out here, but I have flown over a home, the USA. I can no longer fly. The sun and the wind have caused me to become tattered and torn. Please carry me as a reminder that you are not forgotten. We're, as I say, we're going into our 11th year, 12th year almost. We've done these over 1,000 flights. You're always more than welcome. If you come in and you've never been there and had, seen the experience or had the tour, just mention to somebody that you're new and would like to have a tour, and there's many people who will step up and give it to you, even though we do run them usually before the flights. It's a remarkable experience. I know the hands that were up here that have been there. I only started in 2010 going to flights. I've done about 700 of them. And I am also what we call the officer of the day, and I've performed probably somewhere around 100 ceremonies. It's rewarding to me to pay back for my experiences and to let these young people, men and women who are coming through our airport, know that people know where they are and what they do, and that we're proud of them. So, please, if you have some spare time, get on our website, peacegreeters.org, and please come out to a flight. I'm guaranteed you'll come out to more flights after you've done that.
So at this point, I'd like to bring the program to a close. I'd like to bring forward any scouts that we have in the room, Boy Scouts and Eagle Scouts. Could please come to the front of the room. You are an Eagle Scout? Yes, you are to come to the front of the room. I think this is a very nice showing of our community and of our very active Boy Scout troop in Durham, Troop 154. You can just say your name quickly and that you're what you are.
I'm Michael Donovan. I'm an Eagle Scout.
I'm Sam Geiger, and I'm an Eagle Scout.
Sam Furley, Life Scout.
I'm Luke Piemonte, I'm a Star Scout. I'm Justin Pardis, I'm at Scout rank.
I'm Eric Donovan, I'm a Life Scout. I'm Ian Manning, and I'm a Star Scout.
Thank you very much. We're going to bring the flag through. And Scouts can just follow Sam Furley to the room. And then once you go to the back of the room, you can have treats. So. Thank you very much for coming.
The meeting with our school.